Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Elisa Maria Designs. I am Elisa Maria and we are back for week 2 of Summer with the Masters. I am working on Mucha's Night's Rest. I'm trying to get used to this rain. We are on week 2 of Summer with the Masters. How is everyone coming along with their artwork? Do you have your whip out? Are you ready to go? It is excruciatingly hot outside, so I am happy and thankful to be indoors. So before we start with our Mucha and the second part of our master class, I had a delivery. I was busy. I may not have been able to diamond paint because, as some of you know who are my regular subscribers, I have been taking care of my mom who had a fall, and I've been getting her back and forth to doctor's appointments. But I've still been shopping. Stress release. The Diamond Painting Group, Precious Cargo Inside. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Is that who I ordered from? I guess it is. We're going to find out. What openings do I have here? Oh, here we go. It's like a little origami box. The Diamond Painting Group. Okay, I will tell you that I spent $23.90 for this. Oh, holy cow. I thought they put all my orders together. They didn't. I was really looking forward to. I bought a low humidity putty. Boo! It's not in here. 5-pack tray, and they came with lids. Oh, I was really looking forward to that putty because it's so hot. And the putty's like string right now. So I thought that these were really nice. They're like my regular white trays that I have. How do you use this? Oh, it just comes out. Oh, I don't know about that. Okay, so I bought 5 of them because 5 of them, that's what shipping and handling. 5 of them were $15.99, and then between shipping, the total came to $23.90. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays. I thought that would be nice for the colors that I am repeating on this pattern. They have a lid. I don't know that if this fell, that it would stay on. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that would stay on. It says the Diamond Painting Group on there, but I guess if you wanted to keep it on your desk, it's there. They stack. They're big, and you don't have to keep taking your. I think that there's probably a part of this system too that you slide these into slots. I didn't see it on their website. I'm not saying that they don't have it. They probably do. I know that they sell these trays also without the lids. There you go. There it is. Oh, I really thought the putty. I thought they were going to pack everything together. I guess they wouldn't. They come from. What am I thinking? I'm not thinking these days. I've been in a constant state of trauma these days. Oh my God. One thing after the next. Okay. I took this down from I'm going to do my nails later where I'm going to put like some extensions on. I was like, let me see how this works with AB drills. Why not? Another thing that I'm going to show you guys, I don't know if I actually put this video up or not yet, but I'll show you anyway in case you do catch it. It was a video that I made last week for Buy Me a Coffee, and then found out that you can't put video on Buy Me a Coffee, but I can list it on YouTube under Unlisted. So if you want to see the tutorial, you will have to go to Buy Me a Coffee. It's not up yet. And then I would give you the code to see the video. And what I was doing was creating an art journal. And I had a lot of my flow books out. This book is for paper lovers. And this was on Amazon. I saw planner from 2024 to 2027. And it was like $15. And I'm like, really? Okay. So I bought this. I know that we're halfway through 2024, but I'm still waiting for it to happen. So I'm behind. Here's the yearly plan for 2024. Here's some contacts, a password tracker, and this stays in my home. Birthdays, a weekly planner for January. I believe that I don't know what you would use this for. I guess maybe just to sketch and doodle. And there's a little place for to-do list, a monthly calendar. Let me see what January looks like. So they are giving you a printed January, notes, and then I guess your own blocks to use however you want to fill in those days. So it goes from 1 to 18 on one side and 19 to 31 on the other. More notes, to-do lists, a weekly planner, shopping lists, achievements, moments of the month, maybe just a place to sketch. And then we go into February, and this just continues on and on and on and on and on. Don't know if there's any more stuff in here, but I thought, oh well, that's kind of cool. Now I bought skinny planners and I bought pocket planners, and I can't seem to get myself to use any of them because I gave up on to do, and I have changed my language to could do. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just use this for my diamond painting. So here's all my stuff. I'm going to take this out because I don't know if there's any ABs that need to be placed, and I place that underneath of my diamond painting so that I could, get a nice, especially if you are a person that presses down hard, it's nice to have something a little bit of cushy. This actually came from my Cricut. It's just a little pad. You can use like a mouse pad. It's nice to have something underneath that if you are a hard presser, you're not pressing into your table. You're pressing into something that's giving you that confidence that it's pressing back up at you, and you did have a good adhesion on your diamond painting. So let's get started. Let's get the ball rolling here. Am I going to use my trays? We shall see. Let me show you how long this canvas is. It's pretty long. I needed a second desk. There's Foofy. I don't know if he's in the shot. I needed a second desk to actually hold the rest of my diamond painting stuff. And I did have this turned around, but I was like, you know what? I bought this tripod to record and give me some better lighting, and I'm not using it. I'm still doing it the old-fashioned way. So let me get myself acclimated to this. I can't just not use it because I don't know what the hell I'm doing half the time. That's the way you learn, Elisa. You gotta learn. Let me move this out of the way. Cat wants to be right on top of me, of course. As you all know, Foofy has his own fan club here, if you're new. Everyone loves the Foofs. Is he in the shot here? Hearing his name. It was really funny yesterday. Well, it really wasn't funny, but I'll tell you that it was. I bought him a hammock to put his front and hind legs in. Have you done this too? If you have a cat, thinking that you're going to cut your cat's nails at home. Let me tell you, you're not. If you have a crazy cat, a wild cat, an anxious cat, a cat that hisses and, will love you 1 minute and hate you the next, you're not cutting your cat's nails at home. You're not wrapping him like a burrito. I've tried it all. And this cat is just, he's not having it. He's not having it. He's like, I love you, but I will hurt you. And I'm like, I love you, but I'm Sicilian, and I'll hurt you too. So we had a battle last night. He's real sneaky. He likes those little bounce purr pops from Bounce, and he will love on me until I try and say, I'm teaching him to give me his paw so that I could, am I in the shot? I do this all the time, so that I could teach him, you give me your paw, you're going to get a treat. And when you give me your paw, you're going to get a treat. And when you give me your paw, I'm going to cut your nail, and then you're going to get a treat. So I'm working on that with Mr. Foofy. Okay, so I'll put a little picture up to show you where we are on this canvas, but let's get cracking. So I am coming down, for those of you that are new, I'm coming down the left side of the canvas. I'm going to do the bottom. I'm going to come up the right side and complete the top. So catch all that because my hands were moving and I was nowhere in the shot. Coming down the left side, I'm going to do the bottom. I'm going to come up the right, and then I'm going to cap off the top. And then the middle section is basically big hunks of color blocking, which will be nice to do. I actually like this shot. Am I in the shot? I'm in the shot. I'll bring it down to you. I know people like to see what you're doing and how you're doing it. I'm really bummed. My putty. Am I going to play with putty right now? I can't remember the last time I diamond painted. I really should get this out. I really don't want to. I want to just get started. You know how it is. I've been away from a few things that I do on a regular basis, and I have to say that when I came back to doing them, I was so much more relaxed doing what it is that I do. And I know, like, this should be the second installment of Mucha, but I feel like I haven't seen you guys, and I didn't have a whip and chat on Wednesday. So maybe Wednesday will be the second installment of Mucha, because I will have this out. And I will tell you also that tomorrow for Self-Care Sunday, I am doing Crimson. Come back, Crimson, come back. I thought it was only one section of her that I had to fill in. And then when I looked at her upstairs, I'm like, did I really put you away? Because Lilac is the sister to Crimson. I call them sisters because they're two winter scenes by Curtis Reikovich from Dreamer Design. And when I had Lilac done, and Lilac was intense. She's a beautiful piece. I really got to know the Dreamer Design canvas and drills by doing that canvas, by doing Curtis Reikovich's canvas. I really got a good feel for Dreamer Designs. And I have somebody outside drilling. Really? Oh my God. Of course, as soon as I got up to close the door, he stopped drilling. I was like, oh my God. The gods are always listening. Where am I at? I'm here. Okay. I can make sure that I'm in the right spot. Okay. So I think I have the ones that were floating on top were the ones that I was using a lot. The symbol R is heavy. So I'm going to try it in this tray, see how these work out. I don't like this clip going up and down like that. I'll see how they pour out. I should really test them and see how they pour out. So I really got a good feel for the Dreamer Design canvas and the drills and working with them. And I did find that there was, I don't know if it was intentional, and I think it was with the ABs, I think that they were bigger than the actual drill, which gave the painting, Lilac I'm speaking about, some texture and some dimension, which was really nice. So I didn't mind. I mean, I didn't mind when I was doing it. It was a little, some places were a little tight getting them in, but I love the overall effect of it. And if that's what they were going for, I have two stuck together right out of the gate, two stuck together. If that's what they were going for, it was lovely. If they weren't, they probably hit on something that they didn't know what they were doing. And so I do have my custom kit. You know, I started this back in May to get a custom kit from them, but it was my own, you know, response time that has held this up because of just doing, you know, a lot of things. I really wasn't in a rush for the, I think my mat moved. I really wasn't in a rush to get it, so I was taking my time with it, and I don't really get to my email all that often, and oops, I dropped a couple on the way over. Where's my clamp? I need my clamp. I put it on the side today to make sure I have it because I really cannot. I mean, I opened that package with those tweezers, but I'm always getting stabbed with them. I'm always bleeding. I always have marks to prove it too. So I think it was June 10th was my last correspondence with them, and they said it would take 2 weeks. So we're almost there. I'm waiting to see what that looks like when it comes. I really wanted to tell you guys something that I might even repeat this on Self-Care Sunday because we talk a lot about, you know, what we put, the energy that we put out is the energy that we get back. And so all this with my mom, and it's been really crazy and hectic, and my husband, you know, he knows that I get overwhelmed very easily, and that he wanted to take up one of his, I have to take these off because they're interfering. He wanted to take me out to a boutique hotel in the city that he delivers to. And he's like, my wife would love this place. She would just absolutely, she's always photographing. She's always, getting inspiration from places like this, from color palettes and decors. And he decides that we're going to go this Wednesday because he has Thursday off. And I'm like, John, I got to take my mother to the dentist Wednesday morning. You have an appointment on Thursday afternoon. Like, it might not be the best time. Like, I want us to be able to go and enjoy our time together and not worry about what we have, coming, like, Wednesday morning, Thursday afternoon. Like, I just want us to be able to relax. And he's like, Elisa, I'm making the reservation. No time like the present. We're going to go. You're going to go take your mom. She's going to be fine. And then we're going to go. And my appointment's not until the afternoon. So we go. And he was right. I mean, I just fell in love with this place. I have been in the bar section. It's a boutique hotel, but they're attached to like a private speakeasy. You have to knock on the door. You need to know a password, all that. And we did get in one night. We were out with friends. We did get in one night because my husband's the delivery guy, and he knows everybody there. And they're like, hey, it's Johnny. And so they let us in, And it was like, this was the old, in Philadelphia, Franklin Mortgage Company. And the place is just like something out of Mad Men. What am I saying? Is it Mad Men? The Men of Madison Avenue, right? Mad Men. They make these extravagant, like, martinis. I had a gin cocktail with like a big piece of rosemary coming out, and oh god, it was just amazing. And we had these like great cocktails. The guys were drinking old fashions. The girls were drinking gin martinis. And it's just the whole ambiance and decor of it all. Is anybody else suffering with these allergies and this heat? Oh my god, I feel like my nose is always itching. What is that? And so now we're in the hotel part. Now we're in the boutique part. And they take us up to our rooms. I'm going to put all these pictures in between what I'm talking about. They walk us up to our room, and all the rooms have names on them, like the Aristocrat, the Claudette, the Colette, the Maud, and they take us to our room, and it's the Gustave. And my husband goes in. I'm like, hey, Gustave, turn around. Let me take your picture of you walking in. And all I see is this amazing ceiling. I was like, oh, this color palette is so me. Another two joined together. I'm like, this color palette is so me. It's like deep midnight navies and purples and blush pinks, and it's just stunning. And John, of course, being John, he had already had them. He was on his delivery. He had already had them get a bottle of Pouilly Foussé and put it in the room on ice. And so, when we got into the room, he's like, can I pour you a glass of, of wine? And I'm like, yes, but he didn't have a bottle opener. So he had to go back downstairs, and they couldn't find a bottle opener. So, we're on his route. So he's going to another restaurant. They asked him for a bottle opener, and we were going to go back there anyway, and he was going to bring it back. And while I'm sitting there in this chair, this beautiful room, I'm looking at the ceiling. I didn't realize how much I needed this. Just 5 minutes of quiet and sitting in this chair. I just felt my brain unwind. I felt my mind relax, and I'm looking at this beautiful room, and I go, the Gustave, because I walked in and I went, I'm getting Klimt feels in here. Hello. It is named after Gustav Klimt. Do you believe it? For those of you that don't know, I'll fill you in. So you had to see the expression on my face, because I'm sitting there by myself, and this is what I'm talking to myself. I'm like, wait a minute, the Gustav, this is Klimt's room. So my husband comes back, and he's like, oh my God, Elisa, I didn't tell them anything about, your diamond paintings and, your master classes on Klimt. He's like, he chose the room for us. I haven't seen any of these rooms. That was Foofy. Yep, he's acting up. This is what he does when I'm on film. So, I'm just in love with this room even more now. And I said, he would go down when we were leaving for to go out to eat dinner, and we met the general manager, and he was telling him, you couldn't know this, my wife, and he's telling him the whole story about, my diamond paintings and my obsession with Gustav Klimt. And he's like, wow, really? Because I was really like, there were so many different rooms here. And he's like, well, John, if you guys want to come back, I'll put you in a different room, or would you want this room again? I was like, no, I would love to see another room, because, it's just creative energy for me. So while we were at dinner, and John was saying, I still can't get over that we were placed in the Gustav Klimt room. And I'm like, I'm not, though. And this is something that I talk about all the time. I'm going to put these back in just to see how this is going to work. I said, this is something that I talk about all the time, about the energy that you put out is the energy that you get back. It's not surprising to me at all. I've been on this Klimt parade for a while here and talking about him, and yeah. Okay. Can't do two things at once, but that's a really wide mouth spout there. And I'm going to have to turn this around, and maybe I'll just use you and put you back. As I'm watching this, I'm getting another perspective, and I'm thinking maybe not open the spout all the way, not take it off, but not open it all the way. Back in here, and then just put the lid on and put you away. Okay, so that's what it looks like coming out. I knew that was going to be a problem as soon as I saw it. Maybe if I shuffle them all to one side. Okay, so you're gonna live there from now on, and then we'll use this one. So I mean, that's just a paint. That's just a room from an artist that I love, and I really fell down a rabbit hole with my master classes and all, wanting to know everything I could about Adela, the woman in gold, and everything I could about the Kiss. And it's not surprising to me that I evoked that energy, and I ended up in Gustav Klimt's room. Wait till you see the pictures. You probably have already, but isn't that ceiling spectacular? I loved it. I loved it. And they were so nice. They had, if that wasn't enough, okay, I love molten brown, and I used to go over to Burberry's to buy it in Manhattan because I just loved it. I loved it, and I loved to be able to try all the scents and all. And so when I walked into the bathroom and I saw molten brown, I said to my husband, after I get out of the shower and I molten brown my hair and condition it and lather my body and put on the body lotion and wash my hands and put on the hand lotion, once I moltenize myself, don't come near me until you get a shower. He's like, are you for real? I'm like, I'm for real. I just kept putting lotion on. It is, oh my God, it's such a wonderful scent. So there was that, and they left this beautiful box of chocolates on the bed for us. John's favorite, the, what are they called? Those little hazelnut kisses. Yves Rocher? Am I getting that right? So bad I am. Where are you? Here you are. So, yeah, that was pretty much a very good start to my week, because we did this on Wednesday, and I need you guys to really, tell me something good. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me any funny story. I love funny stories. Tell me a funny story. Write it down below, real brief. Tell me something funny that's happened to you this week. I know something funny happened to you this week. Come on. I know something made you laugh out loud. Tell me about it. Well, I haven't been diamond painting, and I try to diamond paint every day, but since this happened, I've not had the opportunity to. And because I don't, even when I did, like yesterday, I could have diamond painted all day long if I wanted to, but I was not in the right frame of mind. I just wasn't. I just needed to like sit and stare. That's basically what I did. I don't know if it was the heat. I don't know what it was, but I just was like, I kept looking at my desk saying, you really should diamond paint. Tomorrow is Summer with the Masters. You really should diamond paint. You really should get your stuff done. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm just not. I'm not doing it. I need a break. I need a break. I just need to not think. And even though I don't think when I'm here, that sounds so bad, but I don't, sometimes I do. That's not true. Sometimes if something's bothering me and this is quiet time. Right now I'm taping, so I kind of like work through stuff with my diamond painting. Yeah, so, I mean, I knew that, I think I knew that if I would have sat down and I would have started to diamond paint, a lot of stuff would have just gotten in the way, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I just wanted to be quiet. I just, and that's what I did. And I don't know, did I turn on the TV? I have no idea. Oh, I did. My mom said that she had started Presumed Innocent, and it was on my watch list because I will watch anything with Jake. I don't care. I don't care you broke Taylor's heart and she wrote a nasty song about you. Did she write a nasty song? I don't even know what the song is that she wrote about Jake Gyllenhaal. But I don't care. I love Jake. And this is another two stuck together. It sure is. Oh, no, it's not. There we go. I love Jake. And I think that this is, I mean, he's got such a nice range when it comes to being an actor. And I am enjoying the show very much, especially since my dad, and it's Father's Day weekend, and happy Father's Day to all you fathers and all your mommies holding it down in partnership with the dads, or maybe, you're doing it by yourself. I did it by myself for a while. I held it down, and, God bless you all. Happy Father's Day. And my dad was a huge John Grisham fan. And if you know anything about John Grisham, there's a new novel of his out once a week. The man writes as fast as my dad would read. John Grisham would be out with a new book. So my father loved him, and he loved, his style of writing. So with it being Father's Day weekend and being able to... I am sorry, Scott Turow. I just fact-checked myself to make sure. Is it John Grisham or James Patterson? It was neither, but I've been listening to my mother for a week, and she told me it was John Grisham. No, I don't know who she told me, but I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It is Scott Turow who wrote Presumed Innocent. Mom! It's like my little sign from my dad. I am laughing right now, listening to myself say that this is a sign from my dad, but not because I think I'm reading the book, but because my mother always got names wrong, and he's laughing right now, and I hear him. So, it's very good. It's very interesting. I don't know if my dad would have watched it. I think he may have. Because if I'm anything like him, I don't like reading a book and then having Hollywood just destroy it for me because they changed the story. I don't know why they do that. They get the rights to the book. Why are you changing the story? You want to make a movie because it was a hit book, a hit novel. Why do you want to change the story? And the one thing that really bothered me was when I read Message in a Bottle and then went to go see it, there was nothing in that story other than a message being in a bottle. That was about it. I was like, they've changed this entire story. I am so upset. See how I just picked up another diamond pen? And I do that, and I do keep these skinny pens out because any new diamond painters out there, I want you to know, you don't need anything more than the pen that you have. Now you might want to get like a new tip, which is nice. I'm trying to make friends with the Diamond Art Club skinny placers. I actually prefer my plastic skinny placers more so. And I try not to use a placer this big because I find the bigger the placer, that the spacing is not consistent with the spacing on the canvas. But I'm going to keep trying because I'm always trying to prove my theory. Maybe it's me, maybe it's the day, maybe it's the weather. You know, I used to own a cafe, and I used to come down in the morning, and I always made the first espresso. And if I could tell you anything that's, you know, similar to this, is the weather has a lot to do with it. Blame the weather for everything. The weather has a lot to do with it. You know, your espresso is sticking, your putty is sticking, you know. Things get, you know, alignment gets out of whack. Alignment gets out of whack here too. You have to keep testing things. And I'm trying to not just write things off and be like, oh, I bought that, it's not working for me. It might just be me. It might just be the mood that I'm in. And I'm over here saying whatever it is that I'm saying that you're listening to. So just keep an open mind about stuff. I can't seem to get, well, maybe I did get. I do love the skinniness of it, and I do love that I know where I'm going. I'm actually having some really great success right now. Maybe it was the break that I took. See what I mean? Maybe it was the break that I took away from everything, and that I'm having some really nice lines and alignment show up here. Very nice. Okay, here we go. And then I have noticed that I, you know, have becoming friends with, or maybe it's the dirty putty that's in here, because your putty works really well when it gets some dirt on it, you know, and it gets some use out of it. But it's so hot that even though I left this in the pen and haven't picked this pen up since I don't know when, it's so hot that the putty is just staying really nice and pliable. There is something on this drill, and it looks like a piece of washi tape. Again, another reason why I love my little nippers, and boom, it's gone. I'm really excited to do my nails. I don't know when I'm going to do them, but I haven't done acrylics in a while. And, you know, I've been buying a lot of press-on nails, and, you know, they're nice and all, but I just feel like I'm always babying them, you know. I'm always like feeling like maybe, oh, this one's not, I'm walking around also with glue all the time. I'm really feeling relaxed with this skinny placer. We actually left Foofy alone for the first time. You know, it's a year in August that I have him, and the previous owners said that they used to go away for weeks at a time, and I just thought, what? How do you go away for weeks at a time? And he said, well, I have somebody come in and check him and give him food and water. And I thought, oh my God, you have to do so much more than that. He's not a plant, and even plants need so much more than that from you. And I thought, well, is this cat going to revert back? But no, he was good. He was good. He was chilling. We had his perch set out in the front of the house so he could look at everybody going by out the window. And, you know, where we left him is where we found him. And he didn't eat, though. He did not eat while we were away, which I kind of expected, because animals are social. They like to eat with you, and he does. When me and John go in the other room to eat, he'll go in his dish and eat. I'm getting a little bit of glare from this big ring light here. I feel like I'm getting a tan too. See what I mean? I dropped one right there on the corner. Oh, nice save, Lee. Alrighty. Oh, see? Your putty starts to melt. I mean, this has been in here for like a week. This is kind of like what the mold, like I use like a non-stick hand mold for my nails, so I'm going to be, you know, able to hold it in my hands and form it into the nail. Very easy. I mean, I'm like, why am I not doing this more often? Why am I playing around with these press-on nails that I just feel uncomfortable with right now? I did pick up a huge line here. And so what I'll do is tap them off around the canvas. So while I was creating the video for the journal, I got very quiet, and like I knew that I was video recording, and the last thought that I had was, just go with it, you can always edit this out. But I didn't, because I was in such a meditative flow of what I was doing, and this is the process that I'm always talking about, and it unfolded in real time. And I just thought I thought it was wonderful, because I had the experience of a very deep meditation. And I'm a yoga teacher too, and I've done long hours of meditation. I think the longest one I've ever done is 5 hours, and that was an open-eyed meditation. And I felt like after I created that book and I had that experience of falling into this deep meditative state while I was creating, I had the experience that I was meditating for like 5 hours, or that I had taken a really deep sleep. I was just so relaxed after that. And I know that when I finally did come back, I held up the book and I was done doing what I had just fallen into a trance of what I was doing. And I was just letting my intuition guide me, and this little part of the book that I was kind of like feeling unsure about. And when I was done, like, I held up the book and I'm like, there you have it. You just witnessed the meditative process, because I was out there. Like, I just didn't even, I was aware that I was recording, but it wasn't hindering me in any way. I still was able to deeply meditate throughout that entire process, and it was just so wonderful, especially how great I felt afterward, like so relaxed, and like, just like I had such a deep brain break. Again, I felt like I had like 8 hours of sleep in 10 minutes. I was like, how long was that? Because I was like, oh God, I'm sure my subscribers can watch this for a few minutes, but this is like got to be like a half an hour, an hour. And when I looked, and it was like 8, 9, 10 minutes, I can't even remember. I was like, is that all it was? Holy cow! I feel like I've been like asleep in beauty, asleep for thousands of years. Yeah. So I hope you guys, once I get that up and running, because now also I just got my RSS feed going for podcasts, because I want to start podcasting my self-care Sundays. I like having them in different places, and so I think that they'll be available on like Apple. So like I had a lot of things in the works before life stepped in, said, take a break. That's how I'm looking at it. Take a break. Spend some time with your mom. Even though it is Chicken Cutlet Saturday, and that's why she was here. Have chicken cutlets. Oh, I'm glad I picked this pen up, and it was such an intuitive move too, to play around with this skinny placer a little bit more, because I really want us to be friends. I made friends with Putty. Putty likes me now. Oh, maybe it'll come in the mail. The regular mail. I think this was delivered by, this may have been the post office too. I can't remember the name of the putty that I bought, but everyone was, just they were either going off about the scent, or they were going on about like how great her scents are, and they were going on about the actual tack of the putty and that sound. They're like some people are really addicted to that sound. They're really addicted to that pop that you get, and they want that big payoff of having a big pop. And from what I understand, you're getting a big pop from this putty, so I can't wait till it comes in because I can't remember who the hell I ordered from. And now I'm just flinging. There we go. I'm just flinging drills all around. And last night, I don't know why, I was on Temu. I have no idea. I usually stay away from that site. I think it was something that my husband said. Oh, Temu has it. I was like, what the heck is he doing on Temu? Sounded so weird to even hear him say it. And of course, I got on there, and that was it. I started ordering one thing after another. I can't even tell you what I ordered. I don't even know. What the heck did I order? Oh, you know what? I'm putting these over here. I know that's R. I know that's black. Who are you? Oh, you're like the little upside-down pitchfork. Okay. I'm going to have to put a little label on there. All right. Now, who's next? I'm sorry, you're not the upside-down pitchfork. I almost had a heart. I almost died right here. I was doing this one. I almost died right here. Yes. Now we're doing the upside-down pitchfork. I was like, did I just put these all in the wrong place? Because there are times where I just cannot do two things at once. And I keep telling my husband this, and maybe I'll have him watch this, that I really have I've trained myself so well. And this came through my teacher training, too, with yoga. You know, it's a myth that you could do more than two things at one time. And I think it's something that I've known for a long time, that you just can't. You just can't. Your brain has to switch on and off from doing one task to another. And I really taught myself how to just concentrate on one thing and one thing only. And I really thought, I'm over here gabbing and talking, and I have things going on, testing out these new drills, these new drill trays. That's creepy. My door just opened by itself from the wind, or it's foofy. But I think the guy with the drill went home. Look, I picked up another pen. So now I am using my skinny placers, the plastic ones that I like. And I believe the name of this company is called Starboard. And they're always out of them. Always on Amazon. I'll put the link. But you might be able to try them out with like something different, like maybe a kit. And again, like I'm obsessed with using my old stuff that I haven't been, and again, I got this one in my hand now, that I haven't been using. And I've been in my art room, and I took out my glass pens recently, and I was like, you know, I'm always running out of ink when I'm writing. I'm just going to sit here with my glass dip pen and dip ink and write. And so that's been out. And that's what I was on Temu for, to see, do you have any glass pens that maybe I haven't seen? But one of my glass pen kits came with a wax seal. I love wax seals. And I've been putting a little wax seal on some of my pages, in my art journal. There's so many things that you could do with wax seals today that I see that are very creative. And I thought, well, let me get a wax seal kit. And they have Aurora Borealis wax. So, you know, I'll be showing you guys that stuff. And now they have like the little pot now. Like before, we used to just burn the candle and drip the wax, and then you stamp it. But now they have like the little pot that you put the little flower shaped wax in, and you put it over a tea light candle, and you melt your wax that way now. I thought, oh well, that's interesting and new. Let me give that a test drive. Oh, and another thing, I should have brought it down here. I didn't. I've been cleaning out my art room too, and didn't I find a rubber stamp? Are you ready for it? It's of Klimt's Lady with a Fan. Okay. I was like, when did I order this? Where did I get it from? Because there's a few art companies that I order rubber stamps from. Well, these are acrylic, and you can make a rubber stamp of that. There's no copyright on it, and it's woman with a fan. Okay. Let alone that I found the vase with Judith holding the head of Holofernes, and I was like, thank God you don't see his head. You just see Judith. I'm like, when did I buy these vases? They're little pop-up vases that you fill up with water, and you could put your plants in. And I just found today little luminaries of Van Gogh's sunflowers that you fill up with water, and you put these little lights in. So we're having a party for my mom, and she said to my husband, you know what I want? I want you to come here one day, go out on the lawn, and get your band together. Like, he doesn't have a band. He jams with a lot of his friends, and have your friends come over and do like a session over here. And he's like, great, your birthday's coming up, I'll do it for your birthday. And she was like, oh my God, that would be so nice. And so he's getting the guys together, and he wants to have this like little jam session at my mom's for my mom for her birthday, which is July the 19th. And I think we're going to do it that Sunday. So yeah, pretty cool. Chicken cutlet Saturday. I don't know. I think growing up, the tradition was on a Sunday, you got together, and we had Sunday gravy. Pasta, Sunday gravy, which is like all different meats inside of crushed tomatoes, that like meatballs, sausage, hot and sweet. Is somebody walking in, or is this Foofy opening the door? It's Foofy again. And veal and brajol, and it makes my husband makes an awesome Sunday gravy. Oh my God, he does such an amazing job. He's like an old Italian woman stirring the pot for hours. With the Sarcones bread. Those of you that know. I know I got some South Philly people here. Those of you that know. And that was the tradition. Now it's chicken cutlet Saturday. I think because Sunday is my husband's day off, and we run. Now tomorrow I'm going to go see my dad, and then we're going to go to the cemetery and see his dad, and then we're going to let the day take us. I wanted to take my mom to the movies because I felt bad. My dad and her used to go to the movies all the time, and she wants to see the new Planet of the Apes, and she said that she was in that particular shopping area where the movie was, and she thought about going in. Then she said, oh no, my animals are at home, and I don't want to leave them for that long. Now, I don't know if that's really what it was, because the guy that she's seeing, he's not into it, so he won't take her. Like, come on, dude. Sometimes you got to do things for your partner that you don't want to do, but it's meaningful to them. And it's just not his thing. And so I guess she was thinking about going alone. Like, my dad would have ran with her to go see that. I remember him taking us as kids, and I remember us having to leave. my aunt ran the ticket counter, and she was in the box office, and she got us tickets to see the Planet of the Apes. And my dad took me. I was ready to go anywhere. My bags were always packed, always, not just for camp. I was ready to fly anywhere. My dad was always the person that everybody in the family called, like me. Like my friends all call me for everything, like when they have a problem or something. And my dad's friends and family always flock to my dad. And so I when my father used to get a phone call from one of his friends or family, and I would hear him, that tone would change. Like he was getting ready to get into like his rescue mode. Was it really a rescue? I don't know. Like he was ready to help out. I was already in the car. I was in the back seat. I was standing on the hump between the two seats. I'm leaning over the front seat, with my, and then my dad would get in. I'd be like, "Where are we going?" So and so, something happened. Your cousins ran away. You know, they all the family called my father when the kids ran away. All the time. The kids ran away. I remember us once going to the casino buses, and my cousins, just as they were putting their foot on to get on the bus, my aunt grabbed my cousin by the hair and yanked her right off. And I was there, me and my dad, because they were running away to Atlantic City. I was afraid to do anything because my cousins did it all. I seen them get in trouble and get punished. I was like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing, because my father was like the ringleader with, going, they always knew that they could call Joey. And I was right in the car with him all the time. So my bags were always packed. Never knew. You never know how long it was going to be. I had my little ballerina. My dad bought me, you guys know, my dad wanted me to be a ballerina, and I just took one look at them shoes. I tossed them from their case and threw my roller skates in there. But I always had it packed with, like, hello, a journal, a pen, a Coke, a soft pretzel, Reese's peanut butter cups, my skate key. I think that they were the essentials, like, every day. Like, that's what was in my case. Did I say potato chips? I know I have potato chips too, because I used to love potato chips and a soft pretzel together. I like potato chips on anything, like my dad. My dad made the best sandwiches because he would put potato chips on there and then, like, crunch the potato chips when he closed the sandwich. Crunch the potato chips in there. Yeah, that was the best. My dad was the best, like everybody's dad. My dad can beat your dad up. My dad's the best. I never had that conversation with any of my friends. We all feared each other's fathers when I was growing up. Your friend's father was like your father. When your friend's father told you something, you didn't answer back. Oh, no, because you had your own father to deal with, who would know, because the neighbors and the kids' parents that I grew up with were all snitches. They should have all had t-shirts that said I snitch on them. That, my parents worked, all eyes of the neighborhood were on my house. If you had friends over, they snitched. Your daughter had friends over after school. Yep, they were in your house until like 8 minutes. And I'd be like, but Dad, she was thirsty. I'd go, well, you could have got her a drink out and gave it to her outside. I don't want anybody in my house. Okay. So we didn't have those, my dad is bigger than your dad or better than your dad, because everybody's, the community was tight. We had a tight community growing up. I once saw a kid walking on a high ledge, and another kid was trying to hit him with a stick and knock him down. I was like, oh my God, how high is that ledge? It's got to be 10 feet high. That kid's going to fall. His mother's going to be in the hospital tonight with a kid with a broken arm, a leg, a head, something worse. So I got out of the car and I went over to the kid. I said, stop doing that. Stop hitting him. I said, honey, calm down. I said, you want your mom to be at the hospital today? It's a Friday. You don't want to be in the hospital over the weekend. She came out from behind the wall and screamed at me, mind your business. She didn't say it that nicely. She used a lot of dirty words. But it's just not the same today. It's just not. Now it's like, mind your business. And I'm like, I'm not going to mind my business. If I see that kid on that wall again, I'm going to go over and tell him again. Get off the wall. Because your mother ain't got no common sense either. Oh, God. Life in South Philly. And, I live in a really good neighborhood. But yesterday, like, my son has a day off. He'll be like, Mom, I'm going to pick you up. We're going to go out to lunch, okay? So he's been dying to take me to this place for lunch. And I really wasn't into it. But, my son thinks that I'm becoming like a hermit. And I'm like, Josh, I love my house. It's nice and quiet. Nobody bothers me. And, I'm fine. Like, don't be thinking that your mother's like, depressed or anything like that. I'm not depressed or anything like that. I just love my house and I love being quiet. I think there's even like a meme now, like nobody understands um, what it's like to just be in your own house, doing your own thing and being quiet. You know, this is my sanctuary. And so we go to where he wants to take me, and of course they're under renovation. He's like, I've been trying to get my mother here for a year, and the day that I get her out, they're closed for renovations. So I was like, okay, we'll go next Monday. Don't worry about it. And so he comes back to my house, and as we're parking, now there's a young guy that moved in across the street from us, built this magnificent house. It's huge. We call it the Taj Mahal. And I said, why does this kid have to leave the hose outside? Like, anybody could pick this hose up. They could swing it through your window, break in. It's just not smart. And my husband's like, mind your business. It's his house. Let him do what he wants. I understand that. But, you know, I'm a mom all the time. I'm a mom. Like, don't leave your hose outside. What happened yesterday? And I took pictures because I have receipts for everything. There's a guy walking down the street. Was he homeless? I don't know. But he decided to turn on the spigot, because this kid don't even have a key that you could take inside so nobody could turn your spigot on. He just has a spigot. He turned the spigot. He's taking a shower. Okay. All right. I should leave it there, but I got one more row to do, so I'm going to do that. Yep. Life in the big city. This is it. Like, South Philly's getting out here. Well, it'll be nice not to open up at least 5 containers. But Foofy has been misbehaving and jumping on my desk. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my aligner. I don't like using the tip of my diamond painting pen to align my drills. I just don't. I guess you ain't skinny enough, mister, because I can't seem to get you in between these rows. That didn't come out straight. The way that you pick your drills up is the way they're going to go down, so just take your time. It's not worth it getting aggravated. And I do give my drills a little tap. I don't just align them. I give them a little tap to get a little space in between them. I find that they align a little bit better when they have a little bit of space. Just like a breath is what I want to say. And that's what the aligner is. It's creating that little bit of space to get in there. And I don't like my drills so tight together either, you know. One more. Am I leaving you in here? Is there enough of you to justify that choice? Don't know. Well, I'll leave you in here for now. Then I have to mark you with little stickers. Who's who of the ones that I'm keeping out. Oops, a little crooked. These are the new containers that I'm using. These are the dupes to Elizabeth Ward, and I think I paid like $20 for these on Amazon. So far, so good. No problem. So one more line here. Oh, come on, open up. Oh, the gods are always listening, aren't they? Let me get one of my other trays. So on Wednesday, I will have a whip-in chat, but the chat will be about the master class, because I've been away so long, I just couldn't sit here and do a master class and not check in with you guys. been away so long. I've been away for a week, but I've never been away. I don't think, have I? Yeah, I have. When I had COVID, I was away for a week. But this is Summer with the Masters, and I had seen on Katie's channel that she unboxed some new goodies from Diamond Art Club, and it seems like Diamond Art Club has had a revamping that looks really exciting, and I am going to go check that out myself. So being that I have that little washi tape, I usually go over my I align my drills on my stylus, but I go over so that I can get an even edge, because you know they're not going to stick to the washi tape. And I also like my cellophane on top. I didn't cut this off yet, but I like to actually use this. It gives it a little bit more slip in here, and then you don't pick up all the putty either. So it gives your stylus a little bit more slip to align a little bit more easily, and you don't get all the putty, or the glue, I mean, that you're hitting underneath. You don't get all that glue on your aligner, because I have alcohol out now. I noticed that I'm picking up glue, and so like now I'm all nice and fresh and done. A little bit more here. Looks like there's just a little bit of gapping here, but it looks like down this end that the drills are just like too tight in together. That could be maybe you have one more drill, but I don't think so, because I wouldn't be able to slice through like this if there was one more drill. These are pretty much evened. So if you do like a little crosshatch here in that area that you see that maybe it's just like a little bit too much gapping, there we go. It's best to do this now because these are going to cure. They are going to cure on there. And they've already started to cure. So, happy. I'm going to cut that piece off. Because I did take a big chunk here to do. This I'm going to do, oh, I thought I was going to do Come Back Crimson. Then this is going to wait. We're going to go grab Crimson for... Hello. Oh, an hour and 12 minutes. Hopefully I can slice some of that out. We're going to do Come Back Crimson for Self-Care Sunday. It was so good chatting with you guys and catching up. Tell me a funny story. Create that world that you want to live in. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye. But wait, there's more. I remembered that I didn't give you a look at what we completed today. And so I have her hanging on those hooks by those clips that I told you have like little holes, and they're hanging in my coat hook. And that's where she lives, on my door for right now. Some of the ABs and the border. And here's where we worked today. You can see where I covered that plastic up over there. I'm not completely done with that section yet. And until next week, happy diamond painting.